Time to get this show started. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
But the Clippers, AllBall asked me earlier, what the hell are they gonna do? What is going on in La La Land? It's up in smoke for the Lakers and the Clippers. I have a clip here, no pun intended, from Terrence Mann on what he believed in this Clippers team.
Defensive team you've been on since you've been here? I think it's the best defensive team I've ever been on in my life, so I'm excited.
Really, what's making it so good?
I just think everybody's ability to guard the ball one-on-one, everybody's ability to scrap, help. People's knack for stealing the ball, getting their hands, deflections. So it's easily the top two, probably one defensive team I've ever been on.
So when you guys play the Suns, you guys get to be challenged by.
That's a perfect challenge, man. That's a perfect challenge. You know, a team like that is real offensive, savvy. So we're excited for the challenge.
We've seen a lot of that in recent years, even in the playoffs. Do you feel like there's anything you've learned from those matchups when it comes to guarding those guys?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I like to keep to myself, but there's a lot.
Yeah, man, that's Terrence Mann from the Los Angeles Clippers. He regards the Clippers as the best defensive team he's been on. And the reason why I wanted to play you that, AllBall, because I know you had a question about what direction are they headed to. And the first thing I'm thinking about, though, there's a bunch of subtle shots to me at Paul George. Glad this is over with. Ty Lue saying, I can't wait till we get this season on because once they got rid of Paul George, something to that effect. Yo, we're gonna be better than ever. But like, they was a little relieved about it to me. They didn't seem worried about it. I don't know. Maybe they felt backstabbed by him. I don't know. But it's not like LeBron left, Kawhi left. When a star leaves like that, and you traded so many players, remember you traded SGA and a bunch of draft picks for Paul George, and then he leaves, right. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna do our thing anyway. This is the best defensive team I've been on. I mean, I don't know how you want to react to that and what you think the Clippers should do this season.
Well, when you get a chance, can you please pull up the current Clippers roster right now going into the season? I got to shout out Big Bro Kenny Anderson, chopped it up with him today, and he actually sparked this topic because he asked me, he said, yo, AllBall, what do you think the Clippers going to do this season? And I was like, wow, that's a great question because the Kawhi Leonard situation, we know he's not healthy, and it's a probability that he won't play this season. So, you know, they're going into a new arena. The owner put in all this money into this new arena. It is LA. No matter how people feel about the Clippers, you want them, and they want to be relevant. This is very important, and it's weird at the same time because now really all they have over there is James Harden. And do we want to see James Harden turn the Clippers into the Houston Rockets? Like, I like Terrence Mann. I don't think he took the leap that I thought he would take by now. It seemed like a lot of the young players just surpassed him to the point where I'm being honest, I don't know if Terrence Mann hit his ceiling or not. I like Zubac a lot. Like I said, I would have to see the roster because I don't care what nobody say. Without Kawhi Leonard, I don't know what type of hope you have for the Clippers. But I understand throwing shots at Paul George. I get it, and I love it. And this is what sports supposed to be. We don't supposed to be happy for you. You left us. Kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at this roster, I'm going to be honest, it's okay, but it's not sexy at all. I'm sorry. Batum, Harden, guys is older, man. Norman Powell, like, I'm being honest. I hate the roster. I'm sorry. The Clippers is in trouble. I don't know what they're going to do this season, but I think moving forward, there's 3 players the Clippers need to go after. You ready for this?
Sure.
There's 3 players that I feel are too big for their city. Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, and the Giannis Antetokounmpo. If I'm that owner and that GM, I'm going after one of those players. To me, those three players belong in a big market, either LA or New York. Now, the Clippers will never get out of the Lakers' shadow. Let's forget about that. You're always going to be the little brother. You might be the little step brother by marriage, not even a real step brother where it's like, we got the same pops and different moms or same moms and different pops. No, y'all are step brothers by marriage. So you may have to just totally divorce that and go, you know what? We just building our own lane. We don't want to have nothing to do with the Clippers. I think one of those three players, the Clippers need to go after and build from scratch around those guys. I think Ja Morant, Zion, or Giannis in LA, a big market like that, with an owner like that in a new building, will be electrifying. And then now you have a superstar that can stay. I know Zion can't stay healthy. I know Giannis, his health lately has been a little off and on, but still, those are guys that are way more healthier than Kawhi Leonard. And, I really pray for Kawhi. Yeah, I know we drunk and play, but we don't wish harm on nobody, injury on nobody. So I really feel bad for Kawhi, and I hope everything works out. But, yeah, I think the Clippers are in trouble. That roster, I don't like it at all. I don't think that roster can compete in the West. I think they will be fighting for a play-in. They'll be lucky to fight for a play-in. Because I'm being honest, I don't know if that roster is better than the Lakers roster. If we want to be technical, let's we have to be for real.
Yeah,
LeBron,
I don't think they are.
AD, Austin Reed, right? That roster is not. You got Terrence Mann, James Harden, and Zubac. After that, come on, man, cut the jokes. Good players, but that is not enough. So for me, I think the Clippers need to start thinking about the future. They need to look at a superstar, and I think those three guys are too big for their city. And those three guys, you still can get a good 5 to 7 years out of them right now. Of legit MVP type play. And I think the city would be excited for players like that to play there. So I think the Clippers is in big trouble. And I think this season is going to tell it all. If they don't even make the play-in, or they make the play-in or the first round and get smoked, I'm going to be honest, I don't care what shape James Harden is in. He is not James Harden from Houston. That is not working today. You are not going to catapult this team by yourself with that roster to where you are playing at MVP level and y'all are making second round conference finals. No, stop it. Like I said, the way the West is now, the Clippers is in trouble. And I think they need to start thinking about the future and thinking about snatching one of those superstars and giving them $300-400 million and building around them.
They won 51 games last year. I guess it's a testament to Paul George. I think he played 71 games. And what else did they have on the team? Brandon Boston. Who else did they lose? I mean, shout out to Don, but I told him from the beginning, if all you're looking for, the only excuse you have for me is that they're going to a new stadium, I don't care. What are you talking about? How we built the Knicks, we were frustrated when it was RJ Barrett and Randall and everybody like that. But it came to a point where they started making good deals. And once the OG thing fell through, we had enough cap space and all that to go, to get that done. And I get it. We already have a Madison Square Garden in place. But Ballmer is another billionaire. Y'all are supposed to be like these very smart people and do your due diligence. I don't think basketball is that hard. The only thing hard about it is that they got to actually go play the game. But he's probably just sitting there and he's talking to the people that know basketball, like, yo, he's a former MVP or ultimate, almost MVP, finals MVP. If he plays, you never know. And it's like, it doesn't work that way. It's not like.
Hold on. I got to disagree with you. I don't think basketball is as simple as you're making it out to be. And Ballmer, I think, did whatever he was supposed to do. He got the players together. Kawhi, Paul George. He got Harden over there. He got Westbrook, Zubac, got the good coach, and Ty Lue. He did his part as an owner. The problem is, Kawhi Leonard, he doesn't talk. So in your mind, you think you going into a season with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, and we know who Kawhi is when he's healthy, and then this happens. So I
I gotta
put none of this
disagree.
blame on the owner.
I totally disagree because you saw Kawhi's shenanigans or his real injuries for the last 3 years. And just because he averaged 70% from the field in December, now all of a sudden he's worth a contract extension for 3 or 4 years. And Paul George gave you more at the end of the day. So the fact that you gave him 3 years, you couldn't even afford Paul George's 4th year. What was the point of all that? You traded everything away for Paul George and you did everything to lose him. That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't do this the right way for some genius tech dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by that. It didn't feel like you had your ducks in a row. And we see what's going on with the Knicks and the cap situation, all these teams avoiding the cap. That's right up their alley as tech people is all I'm saying with him. You know, but I do like the fact, if you're the Clippers, to me, if I'm a Clippers fan, I already know what to expect. I don't even expect the playoffs. I don't expect no championship. I don't expect none of that. Batum coming back, I love Batum. Yo, boy, I wish we would have picked up Batum in the summertime. Like, that was the guy I wanted. He gave Brunson problems.
I don't like Batum on the Clippers because I think his talent and how much he got left in the tank is being wasted. You put Batum on a championship contending team, then, like I said, his defense, him being able to knock down the 3-point shot, but him being on the Clippers. Listen, I said this a while ago and y'all laughed at me. The whole Clippers team and coaching staff is taking advantage of Ballmer, bro. Simple and plain. They know that man got boatloads of money and they're robbing him blind. Simple. Robbing him blind.
So Paul George is trying to rob him. Paul George is trying to rob him too.
Listen, why do you think James Harden's getting in shape? He know. I'm about to rob the bank with these dudes. And now Kawhi Leonard is hurt. Oh, yeah. I might get another $100 million out you dudes at the age of 40. Listen, It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The one Bryce. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. So for me, the Clippers is in big trouble. And from the beginning, a lot of people say it. When you put all your eggs in 2 baskets into Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, 2 players that is always injury prone, one guy that he can't do it by himself, and Paul George will take you to the promised land, and then another guy who doesn't talk, doesn't say anything. You really don't know what's going on with him, and he's injury prone. Now, I agree with you with that. Y'all guys being supposedly very smart. How do you do that? It's no security blanket. There's no safety blanket. Y'all guys made bad decisions when it come to those players. Even when y'all paired up Russ, and then y'all had all them guys together. It was terrible. It was terrible. But for me, the owner did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. He's listening to the people that know the game or supposedly know the game. He paid the players. He got the guys there. And for me, listen, man, they are in big trouble. Big trouble. And I'm going to be honest, I don't see Ty Lue being there long. And I don't see James Harden being there long neither. They're going to have to figure something out. But they do got some good young pieces in Man and Zubac. So like I said, you get a superstar. Like I said, Powell can still come off the bench, and he's a bucket. You know, they got a lot of other players but I don't know. I don't like that roster at all.
I will say this, and we can move on. Kai Jones, remember Kai Jones was on Charlotte. He looked like he was a bug out. He used to be on social media going crazy. I'm the best player in the world, best player ever. Apparently, he used to like criticize his teammates on there. They immediately like let him go, and then he was there in the summertime with the Clippers, and then he showed out in the preseason. He did well, so they kept him, and he's been playing really good. He impressed everybody there. They're Zubac and all of them talking really well about him, and also the kid Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller was going off. It was a game against Sacramento. There was no hesitation to his shot, so they have some. You know, everybody has talent in the league, and they have something to look forward to at least. But I don't even know what to say. Like you said, you made such a great point. If you go after Giannis or somebody who's available, you don't really have the opportunity to do that. You might have a little more cap space since Paul George ain't signed him, but who can you really trade for Giannis? Who the Bucks taking back for Giannis? That's number one. Right. And then number two, you can't even tank. You can't even tank with Harden and Kawhi about to come back. You're gonna finish 500 at minimum. You're not gonna finish like Portland. Yeah. Portland got to play you, and they got to play the Lakers. They got to play all these other competitive teams. So, damn, that's such a tough place to be. And they got to hope and pray. They got to hope and say some prayers and eat their vitamins like Hulkamania.
listen, you got some point guards, man, that look at guys like Trey Young. Look at guys like Garland that I think right now in their current situations, I think they can use a new home. So, you know, the Clippers can make some moves, but, you know, they got to be willing to do that. But they're in big trouble. And Lord have mercy. I've never felt sad for, listen, I feel bad for the Clippers, man. Like, they're in big trouble. To lose Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in the same season, same year, excuse me. Listen, how do you make that up? No matter their injury, no matter how you feel about them personally, how do you make up losing two of the best probably talents, top 10 in the NBA? Because when they both fully healthy, no matter how you feel about them, that's championship contention with two players like that if you build around them correctly. And we've seen glimpses of how good they can be. So listen, to lose those two guys, and now you left with Harden, Terrence Mann, Zubac, and like I said, Terrence Mann is starting to fade. No disrespect. I thought his ceiling, his upside was real big, pause. But now, you know, when Biyama here, then the leap Terrence Maxey and Halliburton and Brunson is taken. Now, you know, Dallas, they got a taste of the finals. You know, so for me, where does man land at now? You get what I'm trying to say? Is he a starter in the league now? Like, or are you just going to be over there with the Clippers and just perish? They got to figure some things out.
While you were talking earlier, that's what I wanted to say too. Those are the pieces like that. If a team really wants them, that's how you get them to bait into a James, because James Harden only got a 2-year deal. So, all right, if you want Terrence Mann, take this contract on, take it off all books. And it's a lot harder to do that now because you're supposed to be matching the deals. So they got a year to do that. I can see, imagine like Julius Randle goes over there, something like that. If Harden is available for trade next season, he's on a 1-year deal. It's only a 1-year deal for him. He'll go back to Cali. That's another option. Just, you know, at the end of the day, he carried this franchise. So, listen, man, they got a lot. Dom, you better pray the Dodgers win, because it's gonna be an awful 8 next month for you.
But just real quick, I don't know. Is that better? Yeah. So I don't know how they draft picks is looking. Caps, I don't know how none of that's looking. But in Mann and Zubac, to me, those are two young pieces that I think you can get a lot for. They're young. You know, the upside is high. So, you know, Terrence Mann is like borderline a good two-way player. Like I said, I like Zubac. I would have loved Zubac with the Knicks. I think Zubac is a tough center. I think he's very underrated. Like I said, I like him defensively. Offensively, he's good. He's not great, but I don't think you have to be great because he does a lot of other things great. He's tough. He's solid. He rebound. He ain't no punk. So, listen, I think, you know, they got some pieces, man, but I just think they're going to have to scratch the whole board and start all over. And I think there's a lot of pieces out there. Once again, the players I name, I think they too big for their city. To me, they need to be in bigger markets. And listen, you go to the Clippers, LeBron is about to be out in a couple seasons. No telling what's going to happen with them. Listen, man, Clippers have an opportunity to strike. We just got to see how smart those guys in the front office is and how genius they are and see what they're going to do. But to lose Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, listen, at the same time, big shout out to Future, at the same damn time, losing Kawhi, losing PG at the same damn time. Listen, man. Time. Yeah, Tyronn Lue. Let's see that great coaching everybody say you are.
Zubac, I'll end it with that. That Zubac piece, I think he just signed a 3-year deal. That's the one that could fetch him a couple of draft picks or something. Maybe dangle in front of OKC a little bit. I gotta pause that. But
that was crazy.
That was nuts. Pause. But OKC, remember they got Hartenstein, but they don't have much depth up front. All they got is Hartenstein and Chet. Once you get Hartenstein in foul trouble, they in trouble. Why not throw Zubac at them and see what you could get? Then you throw them at Minnesota. You play with them and be like, all right, well, you're gonna have to see Minnesota, Denver. Who else?
Yeah.
Maybe the Lakers. You're gonna have to see them. You're supposed to be the number 1 team. You don't give us what we want, which is their draft picks from with the SGA deal. We're gonna trade them to a competitor. So that was a great point that you made.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, that was too quick. I'm sorry. Speaking of champions in contention, Joe Mazzulla, Joe Maz, as our friends of the Northeast refer to him. He went viral today just by being, himself. It seems like the motivational speaker that he is. He looks way different in this picture than this one.
Wow.
He on that juice, man.
Hit that like button, everybody. Share, subscribe. But tomorrow we are on 6 p.m. Eastern, right before the NBA games start. Oh man, it's going down tomorrow. Everybody tune in. 6 p.m. Eastern time. YouTube Live.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.